What's up? This is Wov.
Yo, this is Trey.
And this is Marcos.
And I'm Sonny from P.O.D. And that just happened.
Yep.
Believe it?
Hey guys, it's Front Row Joe with That Just Happened Again. We're sitting down with the guys from P.O.D. I've got Sonny and Trey, Marcos, and Wov, and just getting off of Shiprocked. You guys you look fresh, look like you're recovering okay. How was it?
It was awesome, man. We had, I think we had the best slot on the whole tour. We got to play the beach and close it out, so it was a good time. Beautiful weather. People are always amazing. We made a lot of friends throughout the years on Shiprocked.
Yeah, that's cool. You guys have been on there a couple different times, and then Marcos and Wov, you guys have been part of the Stowaways on another cruise, right?
Yeah, last year too.
So you're all, yeah, that's right. So you're all vets.
We're in the family, yeah.
Yeah. How was this cruise different from, say, like your first one?
Well, the first one, we didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
We were
think
kind
they
of going on like, okay, what's this going to be like? Am I going to get seasick? It's been a blast ever since.
Yeah.
Like,
So the first time you were on, what, 2015 maybe? That was the first time you ever been on a boat?
It was
Or was it before that? 2014?
2013.
I think it was one of the first ones, man, and they weren't even like selling out yet. It was still very brand new.
2012.
It was still very brand new. So even the people that were coming out, they were very green at this. You know what I mean? Before it was like almost like a regular show where they'd stop you everywhere. Now they know, dude, at some point I'm gonna see you. They're veterans now. They don't bother you. They just say, hey man, and now you know each other. It's like, what's up? You know? But they're they got it down right now.
The cool thing about it too is that you are walking around with the fans though. So it's like I could be sitting down eating and then somebody could just come up who's a fan and we get dinner together, which I think is a really cool interaction between the fans and the band. So.
Well, we know that you guys are big music fans, and again, doing all of these. I just explained to you about That Just Happened. Do you guys have a That Just Happened moment from this cruise?
Well, from the cruise?
Yeah, we just played on a pirate ship on the island.
Yeah. That just
happened.
When does that happen?
With no shade.
But yeah, the pirate ship definitely was dope.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Really cool.
Not comfortable as a stage, though.
No.
From a crowd perspective,
Yeah.
all being out there somewhere just floating in the water. It was.
You can't beat the view because you guys looked out. You saw the crowd, and you saw the beast in the water, and then the ship out there, right?
cool.
Yeah, it had to be one of the best
It was
views.
amazing, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, well, cool. So we actually have, I cornered a P.O.D. fan on the boat and said, hey, if you had a chance to ask a question to P.O.D., what would you ask him? So I'm going to play it right now for you, okay?
Hey P.O.D., it's Morgan, your girl from Queens. Just wanted to know if you guys ever plan on doing a full album tour of fundamental elements of Southtown.
It'll probably end up happening. We've been getting a lot of requests because we started doing that with Satellite. So we've actually discussed, like, we probably end up doing this with Fundamental. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Somebody said it's like with the 20th. 20th. Well, they
Next
said
year, right?
I've seen tweets and stuff with the 20th anniversary of Fundamental.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. They're like, would you consider doing that? And like, just depends on the market and the city and if promoters are into it. But that would be fun.
Yeah, so you guys are open to it then if
Yeah,
it would work out.
We're doing a 3-day residency in Houston at the end of the month with the album Satellite, and then we go over to Australia, New Zealand, doing the same thing. And it's it's been a while since we've been to Australia, New Zealand, so it's kind of a special thing.
Yeah, cool. Gotcha. All
Thanks,
right.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan, we know her.
We know
Yeah.
her. She's
Well, we're going to switch gears a little bit off of Shiprocked, and I know it's been a couple years since, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years since you recorded, but the latest album, The Awakening, concept album, really cool. I know that was a stretch for you guys. You talked about how it really pushed you as artists, but the main character revolves around the main character.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through his trials and tribulations, infidelity, incarceration, paranoia. How much? Yeah, how much? Intoxication. Yeah. So how much of Sonny is in that character as the main lyricist?
It's a whole story.
That's
supposed to know that.
Yeah,
It's me.
that's everybody. You know what I mean? That's just that's all of us put together. Live people going through stuff. They can hold on to certain things, or they could identify with certain things. But it was something we wanted to do. Not every 12-year-old, 14-year-old, new kid listening to music is gonna understand or get it,
which is great.
Which is
at some point they will.
Yeah, you said a lot of things right there, and I had a guy come up because I actually spoke to a dude a while ago, and I kind of gave him some insight on some of the stuff, and he said, dude, I've been listening to the album since then. He's like, and I still haven't figured it out, man. And I even told him, about a lot of things, and we haven't told anybody.
No, there's an underlying.
There's so much stuff that's underlying and all that, and we're hoping that 20 years from now, someone's like, dude, I cracked the code.
It's like some Pink Floyd stuff.
Yeah,
That keeps it new over the years too.
You want try playing it up with the Wizard of Oz.
When you're done doing that, do it backwards.
and then go backwards with it.
Yeah, but it has to be the Japanese version of Wizard of Oz. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. The Korean version.
Now, you guys have had a long storied career, 23 years or 26, yeah. And you stayed together. That's very rare. Stay together meaning with the original lineup. There's a lot of bands out there saying that they are X, but it's only maybe the drummer, or it's maybe only. But you guys have stayed together. What's the secret sauce to doing that, Wav?
Oh man, there's a lot of ingredients that goes into that. I mean, for us,
Trial and error.
I think
Forgiveness.
forgiveness, God number one for sure for our band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that enables us to have a forgiving heart. You know what I mean? And through trials and stuff like that. But the key ingredient is having fun. It's never not been fun.
Well, the neighborhood.
The neighborhood. I mean, all that stuff, man. It's all. Amazing. Every band's different too. Every band has a different dynamic story.
No, it's
all
true.
That, you know what I mean?
It's
You can't really call it out, for everybody else. I just know how it works for our band.
It's weird too, because people always talk to us and they say how weird it is that we actually go and have dinner with each other. Like, we'll actually spend time.
We still walk the mall.
Like each other. People are, you guys actually like each other. It's like,
Most of the
not
time
really,
in the
but,
day,
you have no choice but to hang out with each other.
man.
Yeah.
And I think as getting old, as we've gotten
And we're
older,
grown ass men.
Yeah.
We got our own families, you know what I mean? We do our own thing too, but to still have that, you know what I mean, it's definitely a major.
We went from boys to men.
Yeah, like the R&B group.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Again,
family.
26 years.
Skip the beat. On South Street.
Plenty of friends. No, funny mistakes you can eat. I'm sorry.
Back in school. You had it, man.
This is what happens. We went off on a tangent.
Yeah, no.
That's just a song. Wait till you get us with movies.
It's over. Okay, all right. I'll take that into consideration too. Over 9 albums. Almost, after Snuff the Punk, you guys have had collaborators, other artists collaborate on some, or at least feature them singing or playing or whatnot. Everyone from Helmet to Suicidal Tendencies, Bad Brains.
Yeah.
Where does that collaborative spirit come from? What pops into your brain saying, hey man, it'd be cool to have Maria Brink from In This Moment to lay down some tracks?
That's just us taking advantage of being able to, having the power to do that and having our favorite artists, It always started from, it was never to have the newest and the hottest and the freshest. It was always to say, dude, I want to show you what we grew up listening to. And we started, with HR, Eka Mouse, and then worked it up to Suicidal Tendencies, Mike Muir, Paige Hamilton, and it's just us, Monticello. That's just paying respect to the people that we love, appreciate. And we have some newbies on there, but the majority of it is old school, and those are the guys that we listen to.
Lou from Sick of It All.
Yeah, Lou. And the hope was always, because we figured if at the time maybe we were a newer band at the time, that people who were listening to us would say, dude, who's that guy HR on this? He's awesome. Who is he? And he's gonna go dig in the crates
And expand their horizon, their musical
everybody in the
horizon.
world should know who HR is, but you know what I mean.
The question is, you should ask Santana why he wanted P.O.D. on his record.
Exactly.
Oh, tell me about that. Wolves. Break it down.
Hey, that was
a long
what
time
kind of a
ago.
blessing was that? You know what I mean? Santana asked us to write a song for him.
Yeah.
For one of his collaborative records.
Years ago.
We were on it, and then when it was time to do the Grammys, he wanted to use the song that we did for him, so we did the Grammys with him, the Latin Grammys with him, and that was awesome.
Played in San Diego with him. Yeah.
That's really cool. That is really
See,
cool.
that's more like legendary for, well, no same line, but that's a huge honor.
Yeah.
Bucket list stuff,
Yeah, sure enough. So let's jump forward now. New song out, Soundboy Killa.
There's a new song called Soundboy Killa.
DJ Selector, Soundboy Killa. I'm fully loaded on this microphone. One shot to the dome, I sit back in the cut and watch your mind get blown. DJ Selector, Soundboy Killa. I'm fully loaded on this microphone. Composition of words, lyrics, hollow point tips. Load the clip. Bang bang, I see the sound ricochet from the front to the back. Inside this thing.
This is your foray. You've released one song, right? I hear that there's a collection of more behind it, maybe a couple more, right? That you're going to release later on, but it's more in the vein of being self-produced, self-funded. Tell me about this new track that you guys are on, kind of navigating through a landscape that is vastly different from when you guys started in '94.
We did do that. We did a few songs with Cameron, another producer, and it was. But we were kind of in this between period. We just come off this deal with I won't even mention the name because they're not worth it. But it was a huge disaster for us. Talking about the awakening, and the politics of this industry. The album never got a fair shot at whatever it was. Talk about forgiveness, because we were about to take a bat and go walk in these people's office.
NWA,
exactly. So, but you know what? But then we got new management, all kinds of stuff, and it was like, okay. And their answer to everything is go write a record, and we're just like, man, we just wrote a record, So it took us a little bit of time to kind of, not necessarily we didn't want to. It's just we were still a little bit bummed out and heartbroken. We're still mourning the death of a record that really didn't see the light of day. But we were still writing the process, and through our good music friends and everybody saying, man, just have some fun, let's do some songs. We recorded some, and then we actually ended up signing a deal just very recently with Mascot Records, which we'll put out, and now we're writing. We don't have these big time producers. We're working with guys that are younger and fresher and are allowing us to do exactly everything we want, and it's just a different thing. Like you said, we did 5 records with Howard Benson, and even though we're friends and we love him and he's amazing, it's almost like we have multiple producers on this record. We're doing some here, some here, just kind of putting this gumbo of music.
It's definitely more of a luxury to do that.
Yeah. All time with big dogs, you mean?
Well, no, just to work with different producers on a record, as opposed to one selected guy to do the whole thing. We've never done that. We hear like pop artists do that all the time, and we're like, let's just see what comes out. And so far, so good, man. We're pretty stoked about what's coming out, and we're excited for everyone to hear them.
It's a different writing process for sure.
So is that going to be an EP, an album, or are you just going to release here and there?
No, it's going to be an album. We released Soundboy just because of that lull where we're hanging out. We're like, we don't want people to think we just disappeared. People are putting out records every year. We're like, you know what? And then we did do that on our own. We just put it out on our own, and it is what it is. It's just sort of just says, hey, something's coming.
It's a transition track.
It's a transition track for sure. That's what it is. So we're writing and recording now. After this tour, we'll be home.
Props to Cameron Webb. He produced Pennywise,
awesome.
No Effects, Motorhead, and P.O.D, Islander. Just a bunch of bands, man.
He did a handful of songs for us, and those songs will still probably make the record.
He did the James Brown cover with us.
Yeah. Okay. Find that. You'll love it.
Awesome. Yeah. I'll have to dig deep for that, because
It's huge in Japan.
Huge in Japan.
They love James Brown.
Well, last
Number 1 in Bali right now.
Yeah. You're huge in Guam.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Kazakhstan is blowing up the charts.
Very nice.
They can't get enough P.O.D. in Kazakhstan.
Love us. Them and us and James Brown, man.
Who doesn't love James Brown?
Exactly.
So, last but not least, then, again, 26 years. Can you point to one that just happened moment as a band up to this point over the course?
There's been a few.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna say for me it had to be like, I'm just showing my age right now, but this was TRL. and it was me and number one at TRL for the first time. And just me, I was being on stage with Carson Daly, and it's like that just happened.
I think for me it'd be Rock M Rain. I think that was the first time I ever met Santana too.
Yeah.
And I had
All of us.
my ex-wife with me, and she knew how big of an influence he was to all of us, but to me as a guitar player. And I was scared to go up to him. She was like, "Come on, this is your moment. This is the guy you like love as a player.
no, it's
Why
hard.
aren't you following him? He's right there." I'm like, I can't. And she was pushing me along, and I actually went up to him, and he hands me a guitar pick and goes, "It's your turn to carry on the torch.
Yeah, and you're like,
You're the new generation." And I was like,
He fainted.
then he knocked out one with his guitar.
Oh, I know, sorry.
No, when we went up to him, we're like, "Hey, what's your band? What's your band, bro?" We said, P.O.D. He's like, "Oh, P.O.D. He's like, "You got some?" P.O.D. You got? He's like, "I only did it once, man, but if you got some," we're like, "No, it's P.O.D. Oh, okay.
That is awesome. P.O.D.
We're in Germany. Let's kick back. Let's get us in trouble.
So after this tour wraps up, then those are all really cool too. By the way, that's cool. So after this tour wraps up, what's next for P.O.D.?
Finish writing, recording. We'd love to have an album out by the end of summer. We do some overseas stuff, another huge tour for us in the States in the summer. So we're going to be busy. You know, we've when you sign a record deal, we know that's kind of a 2-year commitment, and we've put everything we have into this process, and we're moving forward, and we'll see what happens.
Can't wait, guys. Can't wait. Thank you so very much for sitting down with us. Really appreciate it. Guys, that just happened.
kicking it here with Front Row Joe. P.O.D. from Southern California. Ooh.
All right.
I love it.
Thanks, brother.
I love it. Thanks again, man. You guys are awesome.